Muslim leaders have lauded the youth for restraining themselves from staging the scheduled Thursday protests to avoid mayhem caused by goons who had infiltrated their movement. The leaders are, however, calling on the Gen Z and millennials not to relent, but rather to re-strategize their push for good governance in the country. They further urged the head of state to rein in on police brutality.
The halting of the planned Thursday protest against the Finance Bill 2024 by the Generation Z and millennials in the wake of widespread crime witnessed in recent protests has earned praise from Muslim leaders.
What began as a perfectly legitimate protest against burdensome, unfair and unjust fiscal policy through the Finance Bill 2024 has catapulted into what is seemingly becoming a national crisis and an emergency.
The leaders, drawn from the Supreme Council of Kenya Muslims and National Muslim Leaders Forum, among others, however, want the head of state to take immediate measures in a bid to reduce government expenditure and rid the administration off of corrupt government officials.
Trim down the size of your cabinet to 14. Rid your cabinet and government in general of those functionaries named in corruption, waste, fraud and abuse of public resources. Immediately reconstitute IEBC, undertake and facilitate the audit of our public debt, enabling public participation in an inclusive, transparent and accountable manner. Provide leadership for the prosecution of corrupt individuals at all levels of government. Kenyans need to see heads rolling.
We are saying that actually all these unconstitutional offices that have been set up, they should be dismantled immediately. We are saying that all those refurbishments of State House and other places which are not essential should be cut down. But what we are also saying is that the JSS, which is a very important section of education, cannot be cut down. Those teachers should be employed and money should be found for them.
While reiterating their commitment to supporting the young people in their quest for good governance, the leaders urge them to refrain from any acts of violence that may lead to further destruction of property, injuries or loss of lives.
Endless protest cannot be an end in itself. Rather, it is a means to a well-defined end which must be realistic, achievable and within confines of the law.
Na institution zao na jamii yao wako tayari kuwapa maelezo, maagizo na advice kwa hao vijana wetu whenever wanahitajia.
The leaders finally pledged to continue opening their places of worship to young people who come seeking refuge, aid or counsel. Reporting for Prime Edition.